What is going on, Roland Empire? Here, guys, to give you a video. Today's topic is going to be on the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Holy crap! Holy crap, what a title. This is the sequel that came out now. If you know what you know from this franchise, it's a sequel to that Ryan Reynolds, Samuel Jackson comedy that came out a few years ago. Now, this is a few years later with this film. And I know I saw this movie. I know I have a review, but damn, it's been a minute. And they're making a sequel to this. What I think about these movies is like they're not the greatest movies. They are what they are for comedy, but they are a good time. So I said, you know what? I liked it enough that I want to check it out. But it's been a minute. I was even remembering. I was like, did the other one have Selma Hayek? I think it did, but now this focuses more on her. It still has Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson, so that's what worked of the film. You didn't have them back. What's the point? So I'm glad you had them back. And in this one, it kind of Ryan, he really is trying to kind of get himself together of the events that would happen, but Salma and Samuel bring him back. So a lot of this comedy is kind of invested in that kind of thing, and that's really what the story is. The story is what it is here. You have Antonio Banderas be kind of this cheesy, yeah, sort of like a cheesy ass villain. But if you accept what the two films are, you could have a good time. But these movies are nowhere near perfect. Okay, they're not great and all. I liked it because of the banter. Even Salma is like, she's funny, but sometimes she goes a bit overboard. But because of what I expect of the movies, she's likable in her own weird uniqueness way and all. But then Ryan and Samuel, they still have that, after maybe thinking that they wrapped up things and they have an excuse to kind of continue the story. I'm curious to know if they make a trilogy. But right now for the second installment, they give you a reason why they kind of still hate each other and all that. And then after that, it's them again still trying to get, it's that unique kind of like buddy cop thing that they have to kind of get along and all that. So it's funny how they treat Ryan. I thought, the jokes are like whatever, and I get to the point it's like you're beating it over the head. But at that again, it's gonna be at this point. At this point, you're just like laughing with what's going on. Samuel just being the guy he is. They're like, just be yourself. Be yourself in that kind of way people probably perceive you, and that kind of works for the comedy in this. There's a lot of jumping in regards to editing and locations. Of like, my God, did they not realize that how obvious it is? It could be a bit jarring and all that. Again, if any investment that comes from it, it's these characters. But like I'm trying to kind of view this as like where the movie is bad and where I like it or enjoyed it. They have characters that come in, but they all just serve a purpose to push these guys. Okay, they do something that they're supposed to not have done, but because they're in that mess now they gotta go cover up, do the missions themselves. So the story isn't original. It's just enough to kind of give you for the laughs at this point. And then what we have little side things here. Morgan Freeman comes in. Morgan Freeman's story. It's I gotta admit, okay, it was as funny as it can be too. At this point, I'm like, yeah, like we're just kind of here enjoying this ride, enjoying these characters, realizing the backstories that they give to these characters, the way these stories of these characters have the reasons nowadays. They try to make it seem it's not supposed to be funny, but it is really funny and all that. Just knowing that there is some heart in here, no matter how much is these characters, especially again, like I keep saying, it's these three. You get like a Frank Grillo. If you guys recognize Frank Grillo from like Marble and The Purge, he's very noticeable from Marble and Purge. He's fine in this, but he's just kind of here to serve a purpose again. So if you like how Selma, Samuel, and Ryan do their chemistry and realizing how it wraps up, that's a nice little charm. Okay, sometimes they have moments where they kind of get all serious, but they always sprinkle it with like comedy, and you could see that as a way where like that could frustrate you, that could really piss you off. You're here for like because there are intellectual kind of comedies and all that, there's more sophisticated. For me, I realize that this really is something maybe I would not see all the time, but I having again the appreciation that like I can kind of enjoy these films at least once. It was fun enough for me that I was curious, but it is, if they make the third, who knows how freaking crazy it can go. Like the second one, it's like maybe it was the calm before the storm, and maybe it was even still just intense and all that, giving them, parallel things to do that you just find sort of like that this isn't ordinary. There's so many things that are like this isn't even logic anymore. The gravity, the ordinary that comes with this movie. It's just something. It's a nice time if you do want to enjoy with friends. It really is that kind of thing. It's to take your friends, but yeah, how long will you remember this movie? We'll see. It just really is that case. You stumble upon it maybe on cable when you want a good time and all that. It's a nice hour and a half at the least, so it doesn't really overstay its welcome. It's a movie that you just realize what this is. You don't need to go in this and expect a magnum opus of incredible storytelling. You just really want to have a good comedy. That's where it lines. It's good, it's bad. I'm one that I'm just like, yes, it could be a bad movie. Yes, it could be a good movie. It just really depends. What is the acquired taste? The acquired taste that people are looking for, and it's an enjoyable movie, But at the very least, you expect that for this kind of film that's how how the comedy's delivered, how the acting's delivered. But like I always say, guys, these are my thoughts and opinions. Let me know if you really hated this movie. Let me know if you enjoy this movie, that you enjoy them for what they are. You enjoy them for the kind of the raunchy kind of comedy that just the how seriousness this movie takes and all that. I enjoyed it for what it was. Sure, the script is not that great. Sure, the story could be better. The characters make it fun. They make it fun and likable, and I enjoy it like that, and I have a good time with this movie. So all this in comments below, and as always, roll an empire, laugh, smile, repeat.